Good morning, everybody. Well, I know I told you that I would be back the next morning, and it's actually been a couple of days. We have already started harvesting over at field 49. We got 49 done. We're on field 48 now. We just dumped our first full load into the silos, which is always a good thing. Excuse me. Been really impressed with the yield so far on the corn. It's doing good. I can't remember if I told y'all or not, but the fields that we're cutting out, the original plan was for them to be chopped for silage, but I kind of changed my mind and said, you know what, we're just gonna put field 6 in corn as well, and then we'll use that for silage since it's right there at the farm. But the bad thing is I forgot to put a second fertilizer stage on it. So it's only at 50% fertilized. All that good stuff. I need to do something real quick. Let's see here. What am I looking for? There we go. There we go. It's a little better. Tractor was a little loud there. But yeah, if you look in the top right corner, you notice our money has went up quite tremendously. Well, that's because we took yesterday pretty much the whole day yesterday, apart from the evening. I think we got started harvesting about 6 o'clock, something like that. But we made 194 silage bales. Goodness. As soon as I get off the road here, we'll take a look on the stat screen and see exactly how much we made. Let's have a look here. Nope, wrong page. It's also the wrong page. Here we go. Sold bales. So that was yesterday, which would have been Monday. We made $483,000 off 194 silage bales. So pretty impressed with that. And I'll show you here what fields we cut off of. Instead of doing the same fields that I've been doing, I went to our 2 bigger fields, which is 34 here and 31. Goodness gracious, I can't quit yawning. So I was pretty impressed, and it was square bales too. So if it had been round bales, we might would have had to we might would have reached our limit. But this field here is awfully hilly. From like this right here, where my little icon at is the bottom of the hill, and it's got kind of a steep slope to it. And then when you get about right here, it's got one heck of a slope that goes down, which is not actually part of the field, but even going from this end to the top of the slope is pretty difficult for my tractors. So, and I mean, we got we got a lot of grass fields. We got 9, 8, 21 plus our cow and our sheep farm. So, I mean, it's not like we're hurting for grass. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to sell this for $451,603. Let's do that. Now, that gives us $957,000. And we are going to pay our loan back. I'm going to pay it down till probably about 100,000, something like that. I will just keep it at that. We got it down to 500,000 even. And I'm thinking with what we make off of crops, we should be able to easily make that back. And then if not, then I'll have to make some more silage bales, which isn't that big of a deal considering the payout. I don't got any help with me today, so I'm having to do pretty much everything by myself. It's just a little bit of a slow process, which, you know, really ain't that big of a deal to me. George will be back in a little bit. Probably when we get to field 6, because what I'm gonna do is this, probably from about right here to there, we're gonna put shell corn in it, and then I'm gonna go around the field probably 1 or 2 times, and then the rest of it we will use for silage. But I'm also kind of iffy too, because the BGA is not working. But I mean, I guess we'll have it for cows. But I don't know. It's a little bit cheaper to buy TMR than it is to make it. Because if we make it, then we're going to have to purchase a mixer wagon and all that stuff. So I don't know. I just thought about that. I don't know why. That's a good question. What do we do? I forgot all about the BGA being messed up. And technically our point was just going to be silage was for selling. That's what Grandpa always did, and I guess silage bales counts as well. So I guess we'll have 4 fields of corn to shell. I don't know. Yeah, I can't sell silage at the Peterville factory, so that's no good. Oh well, we'll just have to we'll have 4 fields of shell corn. But with that being said, I am going to turn on some tunes and sit back and enjoy this early morning corn harvest. And I will see y'all back here in just a little bit. All right. Well, George is finishing up that field over there at my uncle's farm, field 47. He ain't got much more to go, and he should be finished. Then we're gonna move down to field 40 and 41 and finish off at field 6, and that'll take care of the corn. And then we're gonna move on to soybeans. We'll get those knocked out, and then last thing we're gonna do is gonna be oats. But first thing, a few things I gotta do around the farm. One of them being we gotta go ahead and put in our order for fertilizer and seed for next year. So I've got to do that. And I'm also gonna sell a couple pieces of equipment. This John Deere 6R being one of them, and the front loader and the bucket as well. And I'm gonna sell grain cart. Grandpa had them, he used them. I mean, I'm not using it, none of this stuff or anything right now, so it's kind of a, you know, this thing's got low hours on it, and I just don't plan on using it much. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it. I mean, because these fields really, I mean, they're decent sized fields, but holy Jesus. But in my opinion, they're just not big enough for a grain cart, more to say. Because the 2-axle trailer that we got, it does, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. I think it's a goodness, I wish I could quit yawning. Jeez. 40,900 liter capacity. So, I mean, honestly, it's just free money sitting around not being used. Now, if we were running a big rig all the time, other than just using it to go to the sale point, then I would maybe consider keeping the grain cart, but I don't really have much plans for that. So we're gonna take it up here and we're gonna sell it, see how it does. This car ever heard you get out of the way? Goodness. Yawn after yawn after yawn. I was also thinking too that we've still got that, I think it's $1.6 million that we had left over from Hagenstead that we've got tucked away back in the Yellowhammer Trust Fund. So we may be in the process of looking for another farm soon. I mean, obviously I didn't have to, you know, we didn't have to buy any equipment for this farm because it was my grandpa's, and he, you know, he had everything that he wanted, everything that he needed. So sell that for 62,000. I mean, this farm won't never sell. I mean, we won't ever put it up for sale. That's something that me and my brother and my dad have talked about pretty regular. You know, we're not gonna sell the farm when we get tired of it or anything like that. So now we may hire people to come run it for us, but that's about it. It'll always be ours. Okay, if you could sell the bucket, that would be great. Thank you. $188,854 for the tractor, and of course this is not close enough. I think that's another thing I don't really care too much about on this map is the sell point. I don't like that there's no outline to show you where, you know, to sell everything. Oh, well, we'll just do it from the garage here. Where would it be at? Back this way. Alright, so that puts us back up to $395,418. We still also have our crops that was Grandpa's crops. We still have those in the silo as well, so I think we'll have enough money to pay this loan off. I mean, once we get our loan paid off, then, you know, then we'll be okay. Definitely looking at buying some more land, maybe selling some of these bigger fields and buying these smaller fields, just because it's, you know, what was that, 550,000, is that 707,000? Oh. But yeah, where am I going here? So I gotta go back to the house, and I don't know where I'm running to. I'll just call Samson and see if he'll come pick me up. I gotta go back to the house, gotta start putting in orders for seed for next year. And this is what I'm thinking for our planting pattern. Our cornfields are going to have beans in the next year, so it'll be beans in these 4 fields. Our bean fields are going to go to canola, and our oat fields are going to go to sunflowers, I think. I'm banking on getting enough straw off of these 3 fields this year that we won't have to have a whole lot for next year. Because once we get our loan paid off, then we're going to start buying livestock. And I will have to have straw for the cows, I know. and then we're gonna have to start making hay bales for the sheep as well. So lots of plans set out for the future, but I'm also going to be looking at other farms to purchase, maybe start a second let's play, so we'll see how that goes. But thank y'all for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave us a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that as well. If you want to leave a comment or share the video, then feel free to do that as well. But from Peterville Farm, I am Yellowhammer, and I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take it easy.